Hey, everybody. This is your girl, Allie. Welcome to Making Connections with Allie. Guys know we're here every Saturday at 12 noon, and every Monday we do Motivational Monday at 2 p.m. So I'm excited that you guys are here. Always appreciate your support. And we have a real treat for you today. This is a young lady that I've been working with, and she's helping me finish strong what we're talking about today. And so I want to introduce to you Miss Lennis Woods Mullins, who is she is a plethora of information and talent. She's an author, a publisher. She does wellness for women 40 and above. She's a holistic living expert. I could go on, but she is a wonderful person. And so, Miss Lennis, how are you today?
Hey, Allie, thanks so much for allowing me to be on your show. It's wonderful to get a chance to see you in your element and get a chance to
Well, welcome to
share
the
some information that I think will be valuable.
absolutely. If it's coming from you, it's going to be valuable. I have no doubts about that. So I want to give you an opportunity just to greet our listeners, say hey to the Connections family, and tell them a little bit more about yourself.
Well, first of all, hey, family. Thanks so much for, again, Allie, for having me. It's great to be able to speak to people and get a chance to reach out. As she said, my name is Lennis Woods Mullins, and I am a holistic living and wellness expert for women over 40. And I specialize in working with women and teaching them how to be well, spiritual renewal, and also nutrition. But I also have another thing that I do within my company, and that is helping wellness professionals to get online. As a result of the pandemic, lots of people about how can they pivot their business and get online really quickly. And I specialize in helping people who may have had a little something going on but haven't really focused on it. And because I've been doing what I do for 12 years exclusively online, I like to say whether I'm meant to be or not, I am an expert at that. So that's how I met Allie. And I'm so happy to be able to share with you some of the things that I feel can really help all of us to finish strong in 2020 after all that we've been through over these last few years, because we've all had to pivot, not just our businesses, but pivot our lives and to find a way to still meet some of our goals. And the exciting thing is that even though we are all the way in October, it's still not too late. We can still accomplish some of those goals and finish in a positive uptick, regardless of what's going on politically or what's going on, unfortunately, with our public health issues. There are still ways that we can personally finish strong.
Yes, and that's what we're talking about because, like I said, we might be well into October, but I counted the days. We still have 68 days,
That's a
68
lot.
to make a difference, to make a change. And like she said, but what we definitely want to finish strong is want you to finish strong. We want you to be healthy and well and at peace. I know that there's so much going on that could bring you chaos, make you feel like what is 2021 going to bring? But guess what? We got 68 days before we get there. So what are we going to do with these 68 days? Let's talk about it, Linus.
Absolutely. So much of it has to do with mindset. So much of it does. And I tell my children, I have 4 girls, and they're still my babies, even though they're all in their 30s now. But I tell my children when I'm talking with them, on what you think about truly does come to pass. So focus on the good that's going on in your life. Focus on the things that bring you joy. And next thing you know, you start looking for those things. You start focusing on them. You start looking for more things that fall within that realm. And all of a sudden, it's much more than what you thought. And it's to grow. That's why, doing a gratitude journal, I think over these next 68 days, will be one way that you can begin finish strong. I have a funny story about one of my clients years ago. She came to me because she was really depressed, didn't have any motivation, and also suffered from anxiety. And I understand that because I have an anxiety disorder. It's kind of like alcoholism. I don't know if you're ever totally delivered from it, but you learn the tools, to keep
Right.
from anxiety. So she came to me because she knew I'd been there, in terms of, moving past that and using holistic things to move past anxiety and not using pharmaceuticals. So anyway, one of the things we talked about was exercising gratitude. It's one way to get yourself out of your head and putting down on paper those things that you're grateful for. So my sessions are usually like 1 hour. Well, an hour and a half later, she still hadn't written anything down. She couldn't think of one thing that she was grateful for because she was so in her head about everything that was going wrong. That was her focus. So the whole idea was to get her to change the direction of her thoughts. So I said, okay, let's not go for something big. Let's go for something small. What's a small thing? There's got to be one small thing that you're grateful for. And so she was like, well, I'm grateful for this nail polish. I put it on 2 days ago and it still hasn't chipped. And she's just kidding. I said, oh, there you go, write it down. And she's like, what? I said, write it down. You don't have chip. You found some nail polish that doesn't chip. That could possibly save you money because you won't be using it all the time to redo nail polish all the time. It saves you time. You're grateful for that. Write it down. And then she said, oh, okay. If that's the case, she said, I am grateful for my coffee maker that I just got because now when I wake up in the morning, it's already done. I said, write it down. And by the time we finished, another 30 minutes later, she found 10 things that she was grateful for. And she had just kind of taken for granted, hadn't really focused on it in terms of being grateful. Now, and this was like 7 years ago, but now she has filled volumes of journals for being grateful. That is what has really delivered her in many ways from her anxiety is keeping a gratitude journal. So finishing strong could be something as small as or as big as, depending on where you are, keeping a gratitude journal and writing three things a day, either in the morning or at night, that you're grateful for. And you will find as you're doing that, it gets easier and easier to think of those things. And many times, it's not just the big things, it's the little things, the building blocks that take us to those big aha moments or those big breakthroughs. If we focus on those little small things that we're grateful for, that is one big way to begin to finish strong. Now, I have another idea too about finishing strong.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, well, many times how we start our day will determine how the rest of the day will go. So, day in a positive way is hugely important in terms of positive results and impacting how your day. When you wake up in the morning, for me, from a perspective, I drink a room temperature lemon water, a big old thing of lemon water. It wakes up the brain. It gets me hydrated because most of the time when you wake up, you're a little dehydrated. It gets me hydrated. My brain wakes up, clears my gray fog. And then I spend some time. I belong to a prayer line. I've belonged to this prayer line for the last, 12, 13 years. And it's 15 of us, and we call in every morning at 5 a.m., and we do intercessory prayer. We pray for ourselves, and we pray on behalf of others. So that's very positive, and it kind of takes me out of myself in terms of praying for others who may not be praying for themselves. And then after that, I do some kind of movement, some kind of workout to get my blood flowing. I don't skip breakfast. I eat maybe banana with yogurt or something light but healthy. And then I listen to some uplifting music, something that makes me feel good. Sometimes it's gospel music. Sometimes it might be Earth, Wind, and Fire, something that's uplifting and makes me feel good. And then the of, feeling good, being excited about the day, and not letting anything detract me and take me away from being negative, trying to stay away from energy vampires. That you can do when it comes to finishing strong is actually write your goals down. Write down the things that you intend to accomplish over the next, whatever it is. On the goal, you want to make sure it's you want to make sure it's specific, that it's measurable, that it's achievable, and it's oriented and time defined. And the whole idea is to help you picture exactly how you're going to create those goals. And they don't have to be huge, major goals. That's one of your goals for this year that you wanted to clean out a closet and you still haven't done that. Go ahead and write them down. Write down all the goals. Write down what it is, how you want to accomplish it, when you want to accomplish it, and go ahead and start attacking those things one bite at a time. Now, sometimes people set themselves up with goals and they write down 20 goals. But what I'm suggesting is maybe you choose your top 5 because it's 68 days. Choose 5 that you really think that you can achieve, that's realistic for you to achieve. And go ahead and write it down. Another thing that I think is really huge is to break those down into milestones. Like, for instance, let's say one of your goals, this is a huge goal, is to write a book. Strong. Maybe what you want to do is within that one goal is break it down milestones. And maybe the milestone for writing a book is, first of all, you kind of an idea of what the book is. Then you kind of do some research in terms of what's out there about your topic. Then maybe what you do is you create an outline. Then next you write the content. Then a little bit later you edit and proofread it. Next you format the book and get it published into bite-sized pieces. And believe it or not, as you break those things down, you are well on your plan. Have a great way to finish strong. And you want to work on building momentum, doing the things that help you get there. We talked about already, starting your day in a positive way, but you also maybe want to, at the end of the day, have a regular evening routine. Maybe that routine has to do with reviewing your day, writing down what you accomplished, taking a look at the goals and where you are in those goals. Whatever you can to help build that momentum and keep it going. Now, you may find in the course of building your momentum that you need to make some changes to support that momentum. So go ahead and do that. Be flexible. Don't be so rigid. Oh, I have to do it this way. It's not going to work. Take a look at your results and make the necessary changes so that your momentum doesn't stop. The whole idea of finishing strong is maintaining a level of enthusiasm and a level of being positive at all times. Because you definitely want to avoid negative self-talk, talking to yourself like, I can't do this is too hard. You want to avoid do that. And you want to avoid people and situations that just drain your energy to the point where you're so down based upon things that they're talking about that are so negative. The idea of you being to move forward and finish strong seems that much more difficult. Finishing strong is all about maintaining an attitude that keeps you uplifted, that gives you a joy, and also that makes things appear that you can do this. When you get into, finding all the reasons why you can't, you're already beginning to set yourself up to fail and not finish strong. So instead, have a possibility air about you, what you can do. And always remember that the goals and the objectives that you set for yourself are achievable. You may not get them done by the end of the year, but you're well on your way to getting done. And to me, finishing strong means that you are on the path. You're in that direction of doing what you need to do to create a life that you really want to have.
Hey, to all of that. But I like that last statement where you said, finishing strong doesn't mean that maybe you have finished the project, but the project has moved forward. You're not in the same place as you were when you just had it in your mind. Now, like even taking the book project, you have your outline on paper. You have some words written. You have 6 chapters. You know what I'm saying? So that is definitely what finishing strong is about. Just in the post that I was saying this morning, there's 68 days left. You can write that book. You can get your outline together for your business. You can update your resume and start submitting it. You might not have a new job at the end of the year, but you're putting it out in the atmosphere. Now you're giving God something to work with. You're get
Yes.
you have movement, and like she said, that momentum, and you'll find as you get that momentum and you start moving, things will start changing around you. So I love it.
Absolutely. You know, that reminds me, 60 days. There's nothing wrong with creating a vision board for the next 60 days. That's kind of exciting. You know, you kind of written down your goals, you know what you want to do, you have an idea of when you want to accomplish it. Create a vision board. For me, my vision boards are all in writing. It's got little sticky notes all over it and things that, you know, that I'm planning on doing that I want to do. And I look at it every single day. When I first put my vision board together, which was probably sometime in January, some of the goals were pretty lofty. I had like, how am I going to do that? But you know what? Looking at it every single day, I am just about where I should be to accomplish those goals. Now, the thing is, too, if you find as you're getting towards, you know, the end of 2020 and some of those goals that you have written down haven't quite come to pass, don't be discouraged because, you know, it's only 60 days. But the whole idea is that, okay, now you already know what it is you want to do in 2021. So you're finishing strong and you're starting strong because you already have some goals and objectives. I never did understand people who wait, and it's not just people, but companies. They usually set their goals and objectives for the coming year in January because at the end of the year, they're too busy closing out books and doing all this stuff for the year. And so they usually pull their staffs together and stuff sometime in January to talk about what we're going to do for the rest of the year. I never did understand that. It always seemed like we were starting behind the eight ball, you know, having a pretty good idea of what you want to do already in 2020 for 2021. So to me, it's kind of a hand in glove fit. You're finishing strong in 2020 and you're ready to start strong in 2021. And one other thing I want to say about probably the most important thing about supporting yourself when it comes to achieving your goals and objectives, and that is making sure that you're taking care of you, that you're really incorporating into that some wellness goals, making sure you're getting enough rest, making sure that you're eating the things that are supporting your immune system, making sure that you're allowing yourself to not just rest, but also be quiet at some point during the day, you know, meditating, shutting yourself down enough for your body to be able to shut down a little bit during the course of the day, slowing yourself down. We have a tendency to think in our culture here in the United States that if we're busy doing a bunch of stuff, then we're accomplishing things. But you know what? You can accomplish things when you slow down too. It's amazing. You accomplish things. You may not be as quickly as you think, but the actual quality of what you're accomplishing goes up. You make less mistakes. You're more focused and directed, and you have a frame of reference. You actually remember what it is that you're doing. How many of this certainly has been me? You get in your car and you're thinking about all the stuff you need to do. And next thing you know, you're at your destination. How did I get there? Well, many times our life is like that. We are juggling so many things and we accomplish some of our goals, but the value of the journey is kind of lost. I take in, you know, just the overall feeling of going through that process. Because there is joy in the process. There is joy in those little things and that hash tag that you made or that check off that list. You know, I love lists because it gives me a sense of accomplishment. Sometimes what I'll do on my list is I'll cheat. Oh, I forgot to put that on my list, but I've already done it. So I'll write it on the list and then I check it off. So I can feel a sense of accomplishment. Feeling a sense of accomplishment. Yeah, I know it's crazy. I do that. Feeling a sense of accomplishment is important. And it's amazing how many things you accomplish in the course of the day. Sometimes you don't always get a chance to make the to-do list. So maybe part of your gratitude time in the evening is to write down what you did do and then cross it off because you did do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Give yourself credit.
I agree. I agree, because like you said though, even though it may not have been on the initial list, you got it done.
Right.
And so you do have to remind yourself, hey, I've accomplished this. Hey, I did this today. I'm on it, and so I do love the fact that, like you said, you're kind of gauging things and everything you do, every step, count it as joy, count it as something you're doing positive. I am so with you on that being of being positive and speaking positive over your life and being, don't look at the things you have, the 80-20 rule they talk about on TV. You have 80% of the things you wanted in life, but there's 20% you're still missing, and you don't enjoy the journey, like you said, of the 80% that you have. You don't enjoy that because you're still looking over here. Come on,
Yes.
y'all.
Yeah. That's true. There comes a point in time when it comes to finishing strong or working on achieving a goal or whatever that you have to stay present. You can't change the past. You don't necessarily can't necessarily protect the future. You can't predict the future, but you can stay present and engaged. And there's something else that can be very helpful when you're trying to achieve goals and maintain a certain level of focus and being positive. And that's having a mentor or accountability partner or a coach, someone that can help you to dig deeper, keep you on course, and to encourage you. And I have to give you another idea too when it comes to finishing strong. When you do accomplish things, when you do meet those goals and objectives, when you do, get to those, wow, you got to celebrate that. That's something that I've always had a challenge with sometimes. I forget to celebrate it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I got that done now next. Instead of, hey, I got that done. Yeah, and you got to do it for yourself because so many times people around you, they don't get it. They don't know how long it's taken you to get that check mark off your list. They don't know the steps in the journey that you've been on. But learning how to affirm yourself and celebrate you is huge. We've got to stop looking outside of ourselves for that celebration, thinking that our friends and family are going to celebrate us. And it's not that they don't support you. And it's not that, they don't love you and want to see you succeed, but they've got their own stuff going on. And so they don't necessarily know or observe everything that's gone on to get you. Just realize it is what it is and celebrate you anyway. That's so important to take the time to acknowledge that, yes, I did. Yes, I've moved this goal forward, or yes, I have achieved that goal. Do something special for yourself, whatever that is. Mark the day with something that is memorable that you can remember, and then take a picture of it and put that picture somewhere on your wall. And say, that was the day that I did this, or if I did it before, I can do it again. Become your best cheerleader.
Yes, become your best cheerleader. Because, like she said, some other people, they don't know all the thoughts and the visions that God is giving you because God gave it to you. And so definitely, everything that she said, that journaling, being grateful, and she's right now. That's one thing I've had an issue with celebrating the little things because I'm like, well, it's not finished yet. But I didn't celebrate the steps that I was on because when I look back and I realize, oh wait, I'm not up the staircase yet. I'm not at the top, but I'm 6 steps away from the bottom. That's something
Right,
to
exactly.
celebrate.
You're absolutely right. And Allie, you should be celebrating because you've done a good job over the last 3 months in achieving your goals, and you're definitely getting ready to finish strong.
Yes, and I'm excited. But another thing she talked about, look, I'm acting like she's right here beside me. Another thing that she talked about that got me excited, you need help sometimes. Because if you're doing something you've never done before, you don't know all the steps to take. You don't know the path that's the easiest. Miss Lennis has been doing this for over 12 years. She has gone through some things and experienced some things that I didn't know about. But what did I do? I had to reach out for help. And now that I got the help of Miss Lennis, yes, I'm finishing strong.
Yes, you are. Yes, I mean, definitely. You got your logos going on, and you got your branding, your colors, and new horizons, new things coming up. So and like you said, it's not totally done, but you're well on your way. You can definitely see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Definitely. And
Yeah.
along the journey, we had some fun along the way too.
Yeah, I had somebody to talk to about the struggles I was going through. I had somebody to like, okay, I did it before. I didn't know either, but you're going to be okay. She gave me suggestions, because of her expertise. She told me, just like she was telling you guys, about the drinking the water and the lemon and the chamomile teas and things like that. She's like, oils, because I know you work with oils as well, Miss Lennis. And she was telling me things that would help me to clear my mind. She reminded me to get enough rest. Sometimes I would be stressed out and feeling overwhelmed. And I was like, I can't meet today. I can't do it. She's like, it's okay. We will just meet. We will reset the time, take a nap. It's okay.
That's right, because I mentioned sometimes it's okay. You don't have to be so rigid in your regime or in the routine that you set up that, oh, I got to do this. It's not, I got to do. Sometimes you have to change it up because of life, and that's okay. Be gracious with yourself. Give yourself grace. God does not expect perfection. All that he expects is that you always give him your best, whatever that is. And some stop a bit and regroup and do something else later on. And that's okay. You don't have to beat up on yourself, because I have learned that when you stop and regroup and then come back to whatever it is that you're doing, you end up getting much more done after that break. Really. I just got through doing that myself. At the last minute, I decided that I just need to take some days off. And I canceled all of my appointments. Oh, canceled all my appointments except for one or two. Allie, I didn't cancel yours. And just decided that I needed to regroup because I had too much going on. And I felt like I just needed some time to get quiet and maybe binge watch a TV program or something that didn't have anything to do with my business. Now that I've taken those days, I'm ready. I'm back to keep moving forward. And let me just say one more thing, because I know our time is growing short. Many times in the course of trying to achieve a goal or trying to accomplish something that you've been working on for a while, all of a sudden you see all these barriers and all these roadblocks pop up. And just remember that Satan is good at his game. And when you are getting, remember that on the other side of all of that is success. On the other side of that is really the huge breakthrough that Satan is trying to keep you from thinking about. So when that happens, just go into prayer and start claiming it. Keep moving forward. Ignore it. Just, move it out of your head. Compartmentalize it. Put on some praise and worship music. Go for a walk. Do something fun. But whatever you do, don't stop. Even if all you can do at that particular time is, write a sentence or two if it's the book, or do one more push-up if it's a workout, whatever. But do something towards that goal. Don't stop. And the minute you keep doing something towards that goal and that negative voice is saying, you can't do it, you can't do it. And all of a sudden you realize after a while, that voice is gone. That obstacle has suddenly solved itself. It wasn't necessarily anything that you could think of that you did, but the reality is what you actually did was you kept moving forward. And the next thing you look backward, it's like, wow, it's done. I've accomplished that goal.
Oh my gosh. You are really preaching to me today.
Good.
Because, but you're so right. And, I have to admit, there's, how Facebook does the memories, and something popped up from like 4 years ago. And I was like, if I had just kept moving, if I hadn't gotten discouraged, if I didn't listen to what other people were saying to me or about me, where would I be today?
Yeah.
And so I made up in my mind, I said, 4 years from now, I'm not going to be saying the same thing. I don't care how long it takes me. I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to launch one thing at a time, and I'm just going to keep going. And so you are so right. And like you said, you look back and you're like, okay, what the things that they were saying, or the things I even thought about myself, was it really accurate? You know what I'm saying? So
lie to ourselves. Many times those are just lies.
yes, and you will get frustrated. You will have those days, and that's okay. Take some time away, like she said, regroup. There was like 2 days I just actually turned my cell phone, my iPad, my laptop, just turned everything off, and people were like, I was about to send the police after you. Are you okay? And I was like, I needed to disconnect. when, like she said, when I came back, I had so many different ideas, and I was even okay with the things right, but I was able to deal with it better. It didn't stress me out. I
Taking
learned
those
that.
breaks are huge. Taking those breaks are so important. Sometimes you can't take like a big break, like a week off or whatever, but you can take a 24-hour break, and cut off all that social media, the phone, and everything else. Let people know if they're concerned about you. I'm taking a digital break. Okay, I'm taking a phone break. I won't be available for the next 24 hours. Because whatever it is, whatever comes up, they're big boys and girls. They can deal with you being gone for 24 hours. But it's
Right.
amazing that total silence for 24 hours, what it can do. It's just amazing where you just take care of you.
And sometimes, we think that if we don't connect with somebody for 24 hours, if we don't go to work one day, in this 5, 6 day work week, that everything's going to crash. Well, I have found out when I go back to work after taking a couple of days off, those tickets are still there. Our vendors are still there. The customers are still there. They found a way to get what they needed until I return. It's
Everything.
okay.
Yep, I do know that. Well, Allie, it has been so wonderful being here with you today, and I have to say that I have seen so much growth in you from when I first met you 3 months ago. I'm so proud of everything that you have accomplished, and you guys need to keep following Allie because she's got some big things in store for all of you. You need to just keep in touch with this woman because she's getting ready to set the world on fire. She's getting ready to help you all become a masterpiece, and she's going to help people really connect with themselves in ways that maybe you haven't thought about before. So I am pro Allie.
Thank you, Miss Lennis. But before you go, I definitely want you to tell everybody how they can follow you and, get connected to you if
Right.
that's what they need.
Absolutely. I wanted to give you my bit.ly. Let me see if I have to look at it to make sure I can remember. Okay, it's my link tree. If you put this in the URL, it's linktr.ee/Lennis. linktr.ee/Lennis. And Lennis is spelled Lynnis. And that will take you to all my social media, my website, and everything that I'm doing online because I do have an online business. Again, that's Linktree. It's linktr.ee/Lynnis. Just go there and it'll take you to all my stuff. Please follow me on my Instagram, my Pinterest, my Twitter, my Facebook, all my social media. And I would love for you out there, you women out there who are over 40, to join Wellness Woman 40 Beyond group on Facebook. We are now up to almost 5,000 women. It's just amazing. At the beginning of the year, I was at 3,200, but I'm finishing strong at 5,000. In fact, I'm trying to get it to 6,000
There
before
we
it's
go.
over. So there you go. Yeah, that's my goal right now is to get to 6,000. And maybe some of your listeners can help me do that. I would be so grateful.
Awesome. Well, Lennis, again, thank you so much for everything. This show is not long enough for me to even begin to tell you what an impact you have made in my life and how you are helping me in my business. One of those people who are forever grateful. So I will sing your praises until the end. And so
Thank you so
thank
much.
you. And I know you have another interview that you have to get to. So thank you so much for jumping in with us today.
Thank you, and God bless everyone. Finish strong in 2020 and finish strong and start strong in 2021.
That's
Bye-bye.
it. Bye. So, guys, I'm so excited because truly Lennis is a blessing. And guess what? She's not easy on me either. She makes it, she gives me tasks to do. She asks me my opinion. She helps me critique things and get, just be encouraged about what God is about to do. And so I want you guys to be encouraged. I want you to finish strong. And you probably saw me looking down a lot, but I was making notes, the different things that she gave us because hey, I'm still a work in progress. And so, I'm going to go over that list when we come back. But right now, I want to take a quick break and we're going to get some community announcements from Miss Judith Brown and from the Kingdom Report. So we're going to do that. And then I want to make a couple other announcements that aren't on there and we'll continue.
It's Judy Brown with the Kingdom Facebook group, bringing you the Kingdom Report. If you are new to the Kingdom Report, we've run this Facebook group for more than 4 years now. We share information that connects artists, musicians, advocates, volunteers, businesses, and neighborhoods across the Charlotte metro area. If you have anything you'd like us to share, reach out to me. I'm on Facebook and Instagram as Judy Elise. That is JUDIELISE. Or send your community news to Allie and she'll make sure I get it. So let's go ahead and get right into it. There is a Hope to Heal Peace Walk coming up October 31st from 2 to 5 p.m. It's going to be in the Hidden Valley neighborhood at the Parkwood Institutional CME Church. That's 802 Tom Hunter Road, Charlotte, North Carolina. Zip is 28213. It's going to be a peaceful effort to heal the neighborhood, love on their neighbors, push the vote, and let everyone know their voice matters. So make plans to be at the Hope to Heal Peace Walk October 31st, 2 to 5 p.m. If you have any questions, reach out to Akia Canada, 803-619-0277. It's hosted by Akia Canada and her community partners. But if you have any questions, call 803-619-0277. Don't forget, Another Chance House of Refuge will be doing their food distribution at Sardis Crossing, 1621 Sardis Road. That's every Sunday at 4:30. And they're going to be feeding the neighbors. You can give a donation. You can come by and get a free meal. There's also resources and clothing and different hygiene items available. So it's every Sunday at 4:30. It's going to be at the Sardis Crossing, 621 Sardis Road, Charlotte, North Carolina. Don't forget to join Mr. Excitement and DJ Bless every Sunday from 12 to 4 at the Charlotte Open Air Market, the Old Eastland Mall, 5471 Central Avenue. There's going to be music, there's giveaways, vendors, and anybody needs to register to vote. There should be someone out there getting you ready for the early voting season. Join them from 12 to 4 every Sunday, Charlotte Open Air Market, 5471 Central Avenue. Put this on your calendar for November, guys. I'm already getting events for November. There is going to be a pop-up shop and networking mixer on November 15th. The mixer starts at 3 to 4 p.m., pop-up shop from 4 to 7. This is brought to you by Penthouse CLT and sponsored by Regal. It looks like Regal Link Up. And so this is a pop-up shop. Vendor spaces are still available at $75 and a networking mixer. It's going to be free to attend from 4 to 7. Like I said, mixer starts from 3 to 4, pop-up shop from 4 to 7. And if you're looking for tickets, you can go to ticketsource.us/ashotofgen, Gen. Hey, if you haven't heard, there are going to be free rides to the polls on October 24th. This is for all Enlivian residents. If you live in a Charlotte Housing Authority property, there's going to be free rides to the polls on Saturday, October 24th. They're going to be picking up between 8 and 3 p.m. and they're going to ride you to your nearest polling station so that you can vote. There's going to be accessible vans, a big coach van. Don't forget to vote and don't think that you can't get there. It's free rides to the polls, taking the souls to the polls. If you need to contact anyone, contact your case manager or elderly service coordinator. That's Melody Heath, 704-965-5138. That's 704-965-5138. And Marion Moore at 980-256-0785. That's Marion Moore, 980-256-0785. Again, free rides to the polls for any Enlivian resident. Don't forget to vote. Your vote matters. Well, that's it, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Kingdom Report. See you next week when I bring you more uplifting.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back from the commercial break. Definitely want to just pick up where Miss Brown left off. That's Judith Brown, and she does the Kingdom Report, and we're so appreciative because she has the Kingdom group on Facebook. Please go find them, join them, follow them. There's all kinds of events going on. And so, if you're looking for something to do, an organization to support, a community to help feed, trust me, you will find it in that group. And so, I'm so appreciative of Miss Judith giving us, we call her Mama Judy sometimes, giving us the Kingdom Report. And so, I do want to just echo that last thing that she was talking about election. Your voice matters. Your voice, your vote is your voice. Your vote is your voice, and your voice matters. And so, definitely, we have early voting until October 31st. And then, of course, after that, Election Day, November 11th. Find your local early voting facility, make it there, make plans. If you need a ride, figure out what you need to do to make sure you don't that you get there. And I suggest voting early simply because November 3rd, you never know what's going to pop up. You don't know if you're going to feel sick. You don't know if your car is not going to crank. Your cousin is not going to come pick you up. You don't know what might happen. So I personally suggest going out before October 31st and casting your vote. But definitely do make a plan to vote. And so again, you're talking to Allie, making connections. We're here every Saturday. Definitely, like I said, want to give a shout out always to our sponsor, who is Exotic South Candles Company. You can find them on Facebook and Instagram. Um, I'm telling you, a lot of the things Miss Lennis was talking about, finishing strong, one of the big things that will help you finish strong is when your core is strong, when your mind is strong, when you have gotten enough rest, when sometimes you have taken that break and stepped away from some things. So today, I have my candles. Y'all know I love my candles. And I'm trying to decide which one I'm going to light. But these are from Exotic South Candle Company, and the website is exoticsouthcandles.com. And today I'm going to take a break. I'm going to light one of these candles. I'm going to read a book, and I'm just going to be at peace. Because, like I said before, all those assignments and things, they'll be there tomorrow. So definitely, want to, and I'll go quickly over the list of some other things Miss Lennis was talking about. But before we get there, if you are a resident of Catawba County, and you need help with getting your children items for Christmas, the Christmas Bureau, or the Catawba County Christmas Bureau, is taking applications until the end of this month. So this week, well, starting Sunday, this week is the last week. I believe appointment times are Monday through Thursday. You have to have an appointment. So please go to this website, www.eccm.org/CCCB. I know there's a lot of letters, but I will put it in the description. Or you can give them a call. There's several numbers. Go into the Making Connections group, find that post. If you are in Catawba County and you need help providing things for your children this year for Christmas, toys, clothing, coats, definitely fill out that application, make an appointment. This week is the last week. It's Monday through Thursday. Get your child on the list. I don't know everything that you have to do, but I definitely want to promote that because I know this year a lot of people are having a hard time. Also, if you find United Way of Catawba County on Facebook, they have so many announcements. They have a teen support group, this meeting, and they're going out, and it's called Dirt Road at Support Group for Teens. And they're going out and they're taking the teens out and just, talking to them, letting them be one with nature. It's so many things, and like the reports that Mama Judy does, there's so many organizations, whether you're looking for an organization to support, whether you need support, there's help out there. Okay. And last but not least, we keep talking about these virtual because we want to stay healthy. Another way that we can finish strong is being healthy. But if you're not comfortable with going to a gym right now, you can do virtual classes. You can contact, there are two groups on Facebook, Unity Zoom Yoga and Taylor Riley Boxing. They do yoga, they do chair fitness, they have boxing, sometimes they have in the park events with, learning more about your body, taking hikes. There's stuff that you can do just to make sure that you maintain. And so you can contact them at Unity Zoom Yoga, like I said, on Facebook, or support at unityzoomyoga.com. That's support at unityzoomyoga.com. And the phone number is 704-897-7855. That's 704-897-7855. And that is for Unity Zoom Yoga and Taylor Riley Boxing because they collaborate on a lot of things. So if you send an email at that email address and you say, hey, but I want to know more about boxing, you'll find out the information there. If you call and say, I want to know about yoga or boxing, you can get it from that information. So I just wanted to take some time because I know a lot of times I'm rushing through these things, but Unity Zoom Yoga was one of the sponsors for Jace's Journey today. They are an organization that brings awareness to different things about young people and the birth and just it's so much. I don't even want to start telling you the wrong thing. But Jace's Journey, they're also on Facebook. All these things I try to, make sure I know that they have a social media site so you can learn more about them. There's a march going on in Charlotte today. It started at 12. I guess that we've had on previously. Stop killing our children. There's a support group for that, for the different homicides that are going on, especially in the Charlotte area. I'm just saying, there's help available. There's resources available. You just have to take the time and figure it out. It's Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We had an interview last week with a wonderful lady, Miss Lakita. Go check out that interview. The different things that we tell you to look out for, the different things that you should notice, even about your children or your friends. Different ways you can help them out. It's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we'll be doing a show about that next Saturday. So, I'm kind of glad we Miss Lennis couldn't be on the whole time because it kind of gives me a time to really kind of tell you guys what we're about. And so, if Alan, if you will hit it for me real quick, I'm going to do a quick call to action and let you know a little bit more about what Making Connections has going on.
Thank you for being such a wonderful listening audience, whether you were listening live or on the replay. And don't forget to like our Facebook page, Making Connections with Allie and Shay, so that you can get notified every time we go live. Do you have a burning message to share with the audience? Contact Alicia Johnson at info@aliciajohnson.com. That's info@ALYSSIAJOHNSON.com with your topic idea and your message to be booked on the show. And if you're an inspirational speaker or motivator or simply seeking a platform to share your message, contact Miss Alicia Johnson at info@aliciajohnson.com. That's info@ALYSSIAJOHNSON to be considered for 30 to 60 minutes of weekly airtime right here on the Making Connections Network. Again, contact Alicia Johnson at info@aliciajohnson.com. That's info at ALYSSIAJOHNSON.com to be considered for 30 to 60 minutes of weekly airtime, your own radio show right here on the Making Connections Network.
Right here on the Making Connections Network. I love it. And, just like I was talking with Miss Lennis, we started this show over 2 years ago. And we didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know how long we would be on the air. We have changed up some things. As you see, is pretty much making connections with Allie now, but that's okay. Um, that is really okay, but I can't stop moving. I can't stop until we build this network. Excuse me. If you have a story, if you have an organization, if you have a business, if you're a therapist and you feel like you need a platform where you can tell your story, where you can help others, contact me because I have a platform for you where you can do just that. You can take 30 to 60 minutes a week and help somebody else. um, Even for this show, we are making packages. There is a sponsor package, there's a guest package, and there is a network package. So, whatever you need, maybe you're not ready to do your own show, but you just need like a weekly, once a month um, uh, time slot. Guess what? We can work it out, whatever it is you need, because guess what? The world needs your story. The world needs to know what you're doing. The world needs to know how you're impacting people for the better. And so, again, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for your support over these 2.5 years. It has been a blessing. Definitely want to go over this list of some things that I captured when Lennis was talking about finishing strong. And like we said, you may not be at the end. You haven't seen the end result. You may not have the book in hand, but you made the outline. You started the chapters. You have updated the resume. You have put it online. You may not have the new job yet, but now it's in a place where somebody can find you. You haven't lost the weight yet, but you started walking, you know, 2 times around the block. That's the start. You have to start somewhere. So definitely you can finish strong. There's still time. Don't be discouraged, but be encouraged. But there's some things that you can do to help finish strong. It's like she said, in the mornings when you wake up, you're a little dehydrated. Drink that water, add that lemon, add the fruits, put some fruit infused water in your refrigerator, add the lemon juice to it, pray, meditate, journal. Definitely journal about your journey. Journal about where you want to go. Make goals, but then make many milestones. Break that goal down to how you're going to get that book published. Figure out who you want to publish it, how many copies you want to publish, how much money you want to invest into it. Break down, into little milestones. Make goals that are achievable. Don't overwhelm yourself. But if you are feeling overwhelmed and you like, I just don't know where to start, I keep trying sitting here at this journal and nothing's coming out, get help. That's what people like Miss Lennis, Miss Keisha, people, different ones that have been on the show, they will help you. Getting help does not mean you're weak. It does not mean you are not knowledgeable, but sometimes you just need somebody to help you along the way to process everything. And we're even talking about mental health. If you feel like there's no hope and you just don't want to live anymore, No, life is worth living. There's joy in living. So find somebody who can help you. There's so many resources with COVID and everything going on. So many more resources available and places you don't have to worry about whether you have a car to get there, whether you have money for a taxi to get there, Zoom, StreamYard. There's ways to connect. So definitely get the help that you need. Start having a evening routine where you disconnect from everything, calm your mind, drink some tea, and let the cares of that day be at the end so that you rest well. Rest is so important. Sleep and good sleep is important. So these are all things. And then celebrate. Celebrate even the small things. Celebrate the fact that you made a list of things to do. That's a start. Because maybe you weren't one of those people who would organize what you need to do. If you clean that one drawer in your bedroom, but you still got the closet, it's okay. You cleaned out that drawer. Celebrate. Celebrate yourself because you are worthy to be celebrated. Because what I know is we are all masterpieces, and we're that because we are pieces of the master. So you guys be encouraged. Find your candles, even if you don't go to exoticsouthcandles.com, find you some candles. Put on some praise music or some, like she said, Earth, Wind, and Fire, whatever gets you going, flowing. Put on some reggae if you just want to chill out, whatever it is. But celebrate this day. Let's start here. Celebrate this day and celebrate you because you are awesome. God doesn't make any mistakes. And if He made you, you weren't here by accident. And even whatever you're going through, domestic violence, breast cancer, those things that we bring awareness to, whatever you're going through, find something positive in it. You know, it's for a reason. God could bring you through so you can be a testimony for somebody else, so you can help somebody else along the way, so you'll feel more empathy for people that are going through things. You never know why things happen exactly, but it's all for purpose and it's all to bring out your purpose in you. We are making connections. This is your girl Allie. We're here every Saturday, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. We're here every Monday, 2 p.m. Listen, your vote is your voice. Go vote. Be encouraged. And if you don't want to celebrate yourself, I'm celebrating you today. This is for everybody listening. I celebrate you because, like I said, you are a piece of the master, which makes you a masterpiece. So until next week, this is your girl Allie. Find us and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. As Miss Lennis said, have some other things coming up very soon. And I'm excited. What else was I going to tell you? Email. You can email info@aliciajohnson.com or you can email at allieandshay@gmail.com. You can give us a call at 980-389-6826. And until next week, as always, we're leaving you with love, positivity, and good vibes. Y'all be blessed.